Hey everybody, look, I so appreciate how much you guys have been grooving this whole YouTube channel, so I wanted to give back something really special with this video. You're going to be able to download the special designs you'll need for these really cool effects. You'll be able to download the PDF images for free. Okay, I'll include more information on this video, but I want to jump right into the magic. Now, so often with magic and mentalism, all people have after the trick is the memory of the trick. That's really where it lives on. Now that's cool because it's subjective and it's open and all those things, but sometimes it's really cool to have a magic effect that at the end you're left with a holy relic. Some weird, strange, magical, bizarre item that if someone found it walking down the street and they found it on the road, by its very nature it would be seen as magical. So this kind of thing is perfect evidence after the trick, not just the memory, but evidence. So I'm going to share with you guys first this idea of having the selected card fused and burnt onto the pattern of a case. And like I said, I'm going to share with you guys the link to the free PDF where you can download the design for this and print it off pretty much at any photocopy place on cardstock. You can print this off for next to nothing. I'm going to show you the handling in just a second. Or how about this? How about a piece of juicy fruit gum? Okay, you offer someone selected a card, a piece of juicy fruit gum, whatever, and wouldn't it be cool to be able to take the piece of juicy fruit gum and just by giving it a rub with your thumb, actually have the logo change into the name of the card they just selected with a secret kicker ending I'll show you in a second. So this is another example of creating a holy relic, but in this case, with a pop culture, very well-known logo. And finally, how about taking a $100 bill from Monopoly, saying, hey, I'm going to show you something with $100. Take this out, get the laugh, tear this up, and when you restore it, of course, you have to restore it, but you've misorganized the images. So all three of these are examples of what I call holy relics in magic. And like I said, I'm going to share with you the link. You can download it all for free, print them out for pennies, and really rock people with these cool things that can also and you wouldn't give this away as a souvenir necessarily, but it would be great. But this is a great souvenir, and this is a killer souvenir too. So let's jump in right now and look at them. The first one I want to take a look at. This is called Final Fusion, okay? Now, all you need to do is force the two. You can either start by taking the cards out of the case, and notice what I've done here is I've designed this so that you can still handle the card case very freely with your fingers here, just covering that and thumb it back, so you can handle the case very freely, take out the cards, and never reveal the secret gimmick setup, okay? So that's one thing. You can slide out the deck. Now, when you want to force the two, let me show you a force that I have been using forever that I really, really love, and that is, this is beyond top of the pack, okay? And all I do to someone is I turn to someone and say, I'm going to go through the cards, and I tell you what, just touch any card. They touch any one they want. Let's say they touch that one right there. I square them in and say, take a look at the card. Now notice what I've done, okay? I've controlled them even though they could have touched any card. The way I've done this is I start, and I'm going to show you the bottom view, I start by just counting off a few of the cards. This is an old force, used to be used by stage magicians. And then I start spreading. And all those go above, and whichever one they touch, I break the spread there, tap, and they all go below the force card. It's a really elegant and easy force. In performance, it looks like this. I'm going to go through the cards, and I want you to actually just touch any card. They touch one right there, take a look. Beautiful force, okay? So you can force it that way, using that force, or even simpler might be a riffle force, because you do want to get this card isolated from the pack, which is like this. Cut the pack, keeping a little break with my finger above the selected card, the force. Riffle, they call stop. I take the card off, I turn it over. I show them the two, okay? Then I take the two, turn it over like this, and I bring out the case, and I have someone flick a lighter, and I wave this over the lighter, wave that, and then just by dropping this, like that. Now, I'm going to do this a few times, so I want to make sure my awesome camera guy, Chris, gets it for sure. We're here, so I show them this, and this is going forward, so it is lying in the right position. And I can either do this with the case closed or the case open. But it's just wave it over the lighter, wave it over the lighter, and then boom, you hand that out. And all I'm doing here is pulling this back in while I drop this down. It turns once and instantly reveals it. So that's one way to do this, just a crazy giveaway. And again, this will cost you a couple of pennies to print off and then cut out. Now the way once this is printed off, it looks like this. There we go. It looks like this. Okay, that's what you're going to print out. You're gonna have to work on folding the edges, okay? Once you've worked it out though, all you have to do is apply, it's pretty straightforward. You apply glue there, glue down here, and the whole thing can actually be held together. What I do, once I close it, is 4 rubber bands. Rubber band, rubber band, rubber band, rubber band, little glue stick, and overnight the whole thing dries and you'll be able to have this really sweet gimmick for free. So that's one thing I wanted to share with you guys. The next thing is this, come back to that in a bit, is this. Now I know this might seem kind of silly, but it gets great reactions. And again, it's an impossible item you create in front of them and then give it to them as a souvenir. And again, I'll make sure you guys have a link to the free PDF on how to print these off. And if you print off, if you print this, I didn't do a perfect match this time, I admit it. But if you print, these will be attached. I'm going to make sure the PDF you guys get show the legit $100 Monopoly and the mixed one. So when you print it off at either at home on color paper or a photocopy place, it'll be the identical color you need. So all you do is take that, have this one crumpled up, small ball, okay, boom like that. Have my magic marker nearby, okay. And all I'm going to do is this. I've got my magic marker in my pocket. I've got the 100, and I'm going to hold this out in what's called a finger palm, just there. This is my start. I say, hey, you want to see something cool? I'm going to show you something with $100, and in fact, I'm going to rip it up into pieces in front of your very eyes. Kind of an impressive claim, $100. Take this out, get a laugh on that. Say, watch. You tear, you ball it up, okay? Show it, and you're going to do a false transfer. Very simple. All I'm going to do is pretend to take the piece over here. And I'm just doing a turn, holding this in my hand, and then showing that. And what I do is I ball that up, say, in fact, to bring all the pieces back together, I just need my magic marker. And all I've done, of course, is gone in my pocket, left the other bill, take out the magic marker, tap this like this, and I go, just like that. I tore a $100 bill, and I didn't. No. Close. I mean, they did get the piece to go back together. They're just not quite the way they should be. Gets a laugh, nice piece of magic, you can give that to someone. And this is the kind of thing you can present it as a gag, you get a good laugh, or you can present it as real magic, and you'll be surprised what a powerful response you can get. And you give that again, a holy relic. Give that away and your hands are empty. Looks like real magic. The last thing I want to share with you is my effect called Juicier Fruit, which for years I sold. The pattern, the whole handling, you guys are going to get it right now for free and the hidden. So, imagine this. I've got let's say I'm going to force my 6 of hearts, okay? I'm going to force the 6 of hearts. And I'm going to use that beautiful force I showed you earlier. It's the top card, right? This is in my pocket, okay? And what it is, it's got Juicier Fruit on one side. It's got 6 of hearts on the other. The logo is designed so it's a perfect match. And I'm going to use that force I showed you at the start, where I say, hey, let's try something here. I'm going to go through the cards. I just touch any one. They touch one. I say, oh, remember that one. Of course, they're getting the 6 of hearts. Keep that in mind. Then I take the deck and I put it aside. Put it in my pocket, back pocket, toss it in my case, whatever, my school bag, I'm done. I say, so you're thinking of a card. Focus on it being thought of. You're thinking of it. Okay. I'm going to reveal it. I'm going to use something here. I'm going to use a piece of Juicy Fruit gum. Not much of a magic wand, I know, but watch. I show it like this. And now just by closing either my fingers, I'm going to roll it over. Okay? That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is the ball of my thumb is going to actually, so I can show it this way. And then as I wave my hand to cover the action, my thumb just sort of rolls it over as I rub with my fingers. And I'll tell you right now, if someone's thinking of a selected card and they feel like they freely got to think of it, and you show this Juicy Fruit on that side, when you rub it like this and you show them right in their eyes, right here, that it's now the one card they're thinking of listed, people will freak out. But when you then open the stick of gum and show when you do that, people start going, no effing way, no way, no way. You can feel the hairs on people's, you do that, and then that. Now that's a crazy piece of magic. And all I've done, let me grab a few things you'll need here. All I've done, so I've got my 6, you get a duplicate 6, you fold it, right? In and you keep it as tight as you can, really press down, really score it, okay? Take it in a piece of aluminum foil, wrap it around, okay? You won't need glue there. The only time you'll need the glue is when you take and you'll print this off on the free PDF, is you'll bend this, okay? You'll bend this into thirds and glue it down, and then you'll just need a little bit of glue along one side and the whole thing. That's my gimmick. I am all set to go. So now I'm in what I would call the high country of magic, because I can do that beautiful force. They're thinking of a card. They can visibly see the Juicy Fruit logo change in the 6 of hearts. They can freak out on that, and I know the whole time I've got the real punch waiting. Rip that sucker open, hand that back. Now, anybody, of course, what you can do if you've been in Magic a little while, once you force your 6 of hearts, you can control it at the top of the deck, right? And then when you go for the piece of gum, you can just push this off into your pocket, okay? And basically what I've done is I've gotten rid of my 6. So at the very end, if someone wants to go through the pack of cards, but by then people are so freaked out, but if somebody wants to go through the deck, they can see there isn't a duplicate 6 in there as well. Well, there you have it. 3 awesome tricks, all involving holy relics. And again, my sort of a holiday gift from me to you guys. Really, really appreciate the support on the channel. Thanks so much. Download the PDFs, man. You're going to have a blast.